be Sunday scaries.
I feel like we're coming in with two different vibes
Already.
Listen,
it is
I'm gonna try to
5:52. It is 5:52 on a Sunday. That means my mood is already in a decline because of tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Work.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right. Listen, I pushed it so far back in my mind because I'm not ready to accept that.
I mean, we had a 4-day weekend, and right. I swear it was even shorter than my normal 2-day weekend. It might as well have been for absolutely nothing.
Like, how is that even scientifically possible? Like, how is it that we had more days off, but it feels about the same length as your regular time off?
I don't know.
And in my case, I got less accomplished than I planned for. So it's just like, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Know what drives me crazy too is like I have all of these like plans and wishful thinking going into the weekend of everything I'm going to get done. But I swear something happens because my actual versus my planned never looks the same. Like the weekend completely takes over and it's like, what do you think you're going to get done? Because, well, you know, people, what's the saying? Want to make God laugh? Tell him what you've got planned. My thing is substitute God for weekend.
Right.
It's ridiculous. I'm just as angry going into Monday as I would, probably even angrier. I don't know. We did not have 4 days off. Off of a regular weekend. Yes. We did not have 4 days off.
We really did. Listen, it's funny because it's true.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's funny because what's that?
What's what? Speaking of, I was just gonna ask you what you do for the weekend.
Oh, and I was about to jump ahead of you and say absolutely nothing because oh my gosh, we have a 4-day weekend. We're gonna do this and this, and we're gonna take a mini trip, a day trip somewhere. We didn't do jack. I ordered DoorDash as usual. I took medicine because like last time I was saying that my little one was sick. And so thankfully she is doing so much better, has a little cough here and there, but has improved so much. But because she was up underneath me for most of the time, I felt like I had a little coming on. So I'm like,
it's because you have the immune system of an embryo, which might be good because in the womb, the baby has the mom. I don't know. Don't get me started. But anyway, you know, it doesn't take anything for you to get sick.
At all. Listen, a fly could cough and I then caught something.
Absolutely. So don't blame Celeste.
I can't. I really can't. I would like to. And well, it still kind of is her fault, but the way my system is set up, like I said, if she wake up with crust in her eyes, I done got the influenza.
Right, so you have the flu. Right.
So it does. So like I said, so because of that, then like probably day one of our 4-day weekend, it was me like trying to take everything known to man, like, oh Lord, what do I have? Let me take this. So I was drugged up. I don't even remember the first day of the 4-day weekend, trying to just feel better. And then, like I said, we didn't do nothing. It just, like you said, nothing that you plans out. I'm so jealous of the people that I see, post pictures. Oh, we took a little trip here. Oh, we did this. I'm like, whatever, man.
Well, good on you for one. I wanted to like get some stuff done at the house. Like I kind of just wanted to rest and relax and get some things done, and I couldn't even do that. Like I couldn't even accomplish not doing nothing really. I did nothing, but I still didn't get nothing done.
Nothing that you wanted done.
Right. Right. Makes no sense. And now here I am angry that my mood starts to decline about like 3:30 because I'm like, oh. And the thing is, I don't mind my job, and I don't mind working. I just don't want to go to it. Like, I don't mind work, but I don't want to go to work. Does that make sense?
Right. No,
I don't know what it is. I don't mind working, but I don't, like, I want to do it on my own terms.
Well, listen, that's the whole point of what we're doing right now. Like we said at the beginning,
I want to work on
don't
my own.
let this take off.
I want to work on my own
Don't
terms.
let this turn into something.
Listen, it don't have to turn into less than something. I'll be like,
right.
I quit. It can
Listen,
turn into a quarter of something. Yeah, I don't need this job anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it in. Our podcast with 18 subscribers has flourished.
Up. Right, there we go. I'm out.
I see my work ethic pivoting in a different direction.
There you go. There you go. Throwback. Absolutely.
It's oh my goodness. Oh, it's like you said, I'm you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I do mind working because I feel like I was not made for this. There's something about the way my life is going. Like, remember,
do you think that you are the illegitimate child of like a royal out there somewhere, and like, so you really should be living a royal life, but they don't recognize you because it was illegitimate the way you came about?
No, not at all. Like, I feel like my birthright is like set solid. However, being that my husband is Cuban, right? Mm-hmm. And not just like, born in America, Cuba. Like, he was born in Cuba. And I asked him.
Cubano.
He a Cubano. Cubano. I asked him on every anniversary. I'm like, listen, if there's something that you want to tell me as far as like secretly your family is wealthy and we got it good, like there's nothing that I need, like you're testing me out right now. I feel like I've met the mark. He cracks up every time, but I'm dead serious. Well, every anniversary,
his last name has some pull.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm like, that name just don't come all willy-nilly, like without some sort of like ancestry.com connection.
Some kind of connection.
Right. On the family tree, there's a branch or a leaf somewhere. So I'm just like, just let me know now. Like, I can handle it. I'm not going to go buck wild. Like, I've struggled long enough to, like, if we were in that situation, I'd be all right. I'd be like, listen, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to roll with it now. I'm not even going to get to it. So let me know. Are we really secretly wealthy? Does the name have some sort of royal crest or shield? That
See, I feel like it's in my blood, but nobody wants to recognize it. So, like, I feel like I have the pedigree of somebody who shouldn't work. But nobody is taking my paperwork seriously. So I have to go to work. I feel like
struggle.
Yeah, I feel like in me, it feels like I should not have to get up in the morning if I don't want to.
Right.
And then that's a whole other thing, because the relationship I have with time, and we don't always see eye to eye.
Right.
And I say, we're going to be out of the house by this time. And then somehow there's a portal, I think, from my bedroom door to the kitchen, because I cannot get out of the house on time ever. And it's like ridiculous. I will leave my room. Okay, so I try to leave the house by 7:30.
Okay.
In the morning. And so my day, I feel like my day starts out stressful because I'm always running behind, and then it just sets the mood. That's why I think I'm aggravated now, because I already know tomorrow I'll be stressed in the morning. It's like pre-stress. Like I'm feeling it now. That's the angst that I feel. I leave my room. It is 7:22. I'm like, perfect. I'm done. I'm dressed. I'm ready.
Right.
I got 8 minutes to grab my drink and to go say, bye to all the pets and make my way out the door. But I feel as soon as I open the door, it's like something happens because from my door to the time I walk to the kitchen and I look at the microwave, it is now 7:37. I don't know where the time went from my bedroom door to I'm like, how? I just left. It was 7:22. How am I late leaving the house already? I don't get it. I don't get it. And so then I'm like, dang it. So then that precedes the day and the stress. And the
And the
drivers here
decline.
are horrible to begin with. But now it's everybody's fault that I'm running late. Don't have an out of state plate in front of me. Don't have a disabled plate in front of me. I whispered.
Why did you whisper
Don't,
that?
because I feel like that probably doesn't sound nice. Don't have a handicap plate in front of me because I feel like that probably doesn't sound nice. But it's like you don't know how to drive because you got a handicap plate. And I'm going to put an asterisk there because I recognize that does not sound very nice. I'm a nice person.
She is.
But
I'll vouch for her.
when I'm running 7 minutes behind because the clock on the microwave said later than what it did when I left out of my bedroom.
First of all, that's why we're best friends and that's why we're related, because people think we make this stuff up. They don't get that we really try. I prepare. People will be like, well, if you just start earlier,
you don't understand.
I do.
The earlier I start, the worse it is because
the worse it is.
I got all the time in the world to do like extra things. Oh, I can make cinnamon rolls this morning because I woke up. I woke up 2 minutes earlier, right. So now I can
and we'll get it done.
Rolls.
Right.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
It's definitely. I've heard it. Listen, we've been invited to parties. And they then told us the wrong time just so that we will show up on time.
It's something that I do not like about myself. Yet I've embraced it and I haven't changed it, but I don't like it. I don't want to be that person. Yet here I am.
It's like it's a two-edged sword. Like one side, like you said, I hate that I am always late. If I really could fix it, I would. But on the other side, I'm consistent.
Some people are listening to this saying you really can fix it.
But they don't know that that's
they
not
don't know
the
that
truth.
They don't know about they don't know about the time warp.
Right.
That's what they don't know. They don't know about the time warp.
And I don't know how they didn't get this time warp, time portal in their possession, but it is there. It is a thing. And other people that have this time warp and time portal issue understand us perfectly.
They get it.
That's the thing. Get it. So it's just like it is what it is. I hate that I'm late, but I'm dependably consistent that I'm going to be late. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, they know you're going to be there.
Right.
That's one thing for sure. Like, oh, she's coming. Oh, let's look at. Oh, it's 20 minutes after she's supposed to be here. Oh no, she's coming.
No, she good.
Right. They don't think that you're not coming or that I'm not coming because of the issue.
Not
because they know that definitely my yes is my yes. If I say yes, I'm going to be there.
Right. And not to toot my own horn, but then on those rare occasions that I am, people get excited if I'm on time. So it's like a little treat.
Hey, like, what happened here? Oh my goodness, what happened?
Oh my Dawn. What is that? See, I thought I'd give you a little treat this year. Don't count on it too many other times. But hey, here you are.
And it makes it bad because my husband is the opposite. He likes to be. He's kind of like my dad is, like Dylan is.
Punctual
if you're on time, you're late.
Oh,
so you're there a little bit early. Which, how come there are people who are late perpetually, and there are people who are early perpetually? I don't know if that makes sense. Perpetually early all the time.
I was about to say, like, I don't know if that's.
But they end up marrying each other. How does that happen?
Well, then in my case, we are the wild card.
Okay, all right.
My husband is not. Well, no. Yeah. No, now he would be. He's good for work. Like you can count him for work, but everything else in the thing and his pace. Now
That's what I was gonna say. He kind of is
my baby.
he's the tortoise of the tortoise and the hare a little bit, kind of, right?
Yes, he like
Yeah.
what's that?
Yes.
What's that animated movie and with all the animals, Zootopia? And remember the sloth that worked at DMV and he just
Oh
moved
my goodness,
real.
that's the funniest scene in the movie that made me die. Yes, I love it.
My baby is the sloth at the DMV, and so if you haven't seen Zootopia, please see it. Funniest movie. It's just a good movie all around. But that sloth is my baby, and so what's funny is now this is my thing. In my case, yes, I'm always late, but I'm late with fire under me, with a purpose. Like I know I'm running late. I'm rushing to get everything done, to grab up everything, da 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 da. So that makes a difference. What makes my eye twitch is the love of my life, my Spanish lover, my Cuban cutie. If you've watched this man tie his shoe,
Uh-oh. I've never seen
I,
that.
oh,
Is it slow?
Beth, I've never seen anyone tie their shoe that slow.
I would
Like
die. It would make me. I would crack up
every
probably.
every like
I'm just
every time I watch him, and
picturing
then you know what worries me is he's gonna want to be the one to teach our little one how to
Celeste.
tie her shoe, and
Yep.
I don't want her to learn that speed. I want her
Because sometimes you're in a rush and you got to go. Grab your shoes, put them
right.
on, let's go.
Well, you know what? Let me take that back. He will be good on teaching her. I like you know what I mean because you know you got to explain to him, hey, you're gonna take this one, da da da. I just don't want her to pick up that that's how you have to tie it every time. This is just
Right.
for learning purposes, speed. But yeah, it's bad, and so that's what. So now you got me, who's a late person, but like I said, I try to rush. I'm trying to get things together. I'm on the go. Like, leave it. You know what I mean? I don't.
You're not late for lack of speed.
Right,
Right.
right. Now in his case, like, he, whew, again, this is the love of my life. My Spanish lover, my Cuban cutie. But he chooses the worst time to want to do something. So say we got 5 minutes left to leave out the house, right? This dude will decide, like, you know what? Let me go ahead and vacuum the floor real quick. I'm like, no, why would you do that right now? Like, I don't want to, or he wants to take the trash, or he wants to. And so again, I'm the kind where I'm rushing. If stuff is on the floor, leave it. It will be there when we get back. We got to go. You know what I mean? Let's get out of here. He's opposite. He wants to go through, make sure all the doors are closed. He wants to pick up, hey babe, are you done with this? Does this need to go in the trash? Babe, like he's checking the milk in the refrigerator, the date on it, like what?
The way that you're even like you're speaking like him and you're saying it in a slowed
Yeah,
like tone, that already is making me anxious because when I'm
right,
fast, everything that I'm doing is fast. My talking is fast, everything is fast, I'm
right.
ready to go. And so
Feel my pain.
you're like ready to
Feel
go,
my
rushing, and then he is like, babe, can we I would pass out. I'd pass out.
feel my pain. So that's me. So and that's the perfect way to say it. I'm here, like, okay, hurry up, grab your coat, comb your hair, grab a bottle of water. We got to go out the door. Da, da, da. And he's like, okay, so you want me to grab you a bottle of water? Would you
That drives
would
me
you like a
crazy.
cold water? You want a room temperature water? Do you want me to go ahead and grab you? Like, and he's the most caring, most,
Absolutely, he
you
is.
know what I
He is
mean?
a
So
great
it's
guy.
really it's
Absolutely.
to a fault. It's a gift and a curse because he wants to make sure I'm okay. He wants to make sure I'm taken care of. But I'm like, and that's fine. You could still be that way, but just do it with some speed. But he's like, so you want me to go ahead and take the top off the water bottle for you, or you want to just unscrew it yourself? Do you want me to carry it to the car for you? Are you going to grab it? Or you want me to grab you a paper towel to catch the water drips off the, because it is a little bit cold. Let me just go
Oh.
ahead. You know what? That's okay. Let me go ahead and get you a warm one. I'm just going to go to the laundry room and grab you one from the package. Now, the package was halfway
Play by
open. And
play.
so, yes, yes. And I'm just like, up
You
there
got
biting
to
my
go.
nails. I'm like, I got to go. I got to go.
Well, you know what's funny? I go to work before my husband does. And so I might need something. Yeah, okay, first of all, in the morning, he's already let's see, how can I describe this? He is a very animated person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he is most talkative in the morning. And I feel like I don't know why it is, but he's most in the morning. He gets up, he starts watching the news, which right there to me is the wrong thing, because I don't watch the news. I mean, I think it's semi important to kind of know a little bit about what's going on, but
Right.
I don't like to watch the news. He gets up and he watches his ABC. He knows the whole lineup. I think everybody from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. news. He knows them on a first name basis. They're his friends. He messages them, they talk, whatever. So if Robin Roberts and Michael Strahan had been talking, and he was in on their conversation, but he didn't put his input on because they couldn't hear him because they were in the TV, he then has to come and tell that to me. He wakes up before me, but I leave before him.
Oh, wow.
He will come into the room already mid conversation, and so you see what happens. That's what makes me mad about that. I'm like, what? First of all, listen.
Wait, what happened?
My eye hasn't even opened, and you are already on one talking about what has happened. I have no idea. I have no opinion of the matter. I don't know. I don't even want to. I'm going to. I don't care because I don't want to get up and go to work. So
Right.
I'm already not in the right mindset. So he starts talking, but then lots of times, as I am walking out the door, now we already know I'm at a 7-minute deficit. I just told you it went from 7:22 in my room to 7:37 in the kitchen, and I had to be out of the house by 7:30. I'm already late. And then he wants to say, and you know what else? Not now. Not now. I told him my back driver's side tire needed aired up. I said, "Hey, babe, can you go air up my tire real quick, the back one?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem." I said, because it's low and I got to get my tire fixed. I got a new tire or whatever. But I'm like, can you go get that aired up for me? And he's like, "Sure, I'll go out there." Why do I come outside? Dawn, he had then proceeded to check every tire, and he said he felt like they all needed air. But
Right.
why did he air up all 3 tires that did not need the air before he aired up the driver's side back tire that I told him needed aired? So then he's coming around and he's like, "Okay, let me get." I'm like, "What do you mean? You've been out here for a couple minutes, right?" "Well, your other tires need it." I thank you.
That's
I appreciate that, but
yeah.
I am 7 minutes behind schedule, and you haven't even put air in the tire that needed the air.
Oh my, yeah. Now see that's an L move.
And
That's
so
my
he waits to
husband
the
move.
last minute. I'm like, but okay, but I think, but they all needed air, and you listen, you run around. Your tire's supposed to have 35 psi. You're only on 32. I understand that. But
But the one that has
but the
16.
low, that's right. That has not. Yeah, I need that when the light's on. I need the back right there. But I know. And then he proceeds to. I'm just like, oh my! I ain't got time. I gotta go. Nope, I gotta go. Listen. He is putting air in the tire. He is barely taking the air compressor hose off the tire. I am backing out. I'm like, listen, I got to go.
Right.
The time warp
It's
got me. I got stuck in the portal. I
look,
got stuck in the portal.
you try to back up. He got the hose trying to air you.
I'm like, the portal.
Oh my gosh.
The portal for some reason closes when he leaves the room because he can manage to be to work on time early, but the portal only opens up when I'm coming out of that room. I don't know why. It's only for me.
And the thing is, and the portal must travel because
It's everywhere.
it's everywhere I go. Yes. It's like what is it? Is it American Express? Take it with you everywhere you go, or Discover whoever.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know who it is. We are where you are.
Right.
That should be that slogan. We are where you are. Oh man.
So would you consider yourself, because so being that he starts, so would you consider yourself a morning person? Well, clearly not a morning person.
No.
Okay.
No. Like, I would be perfectly happy if the house was quiet and serene for the first like 30, 45 minutes of the day, for me to get my thoughts together, for me to get my Happy Beth suit on, to address the world and
Right.
to it's so hard to wake up. It's like you don't take well if you're Usain Bolt, you might take off and go 0 to 100 just like that. But
Right.
most of the time, you take off, you start with a slow jog, and you build your way up. That is me. I'm a slow burn in the morning. Like I want to let me get myself together, mind ready,
Right.
whatever. He is a wake up, boom on it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, just like that. And that's not me, and I have a hard time adjusting to that. And I'm fine once I get up. Like once I get up and I get my shower, once I get out of that shower, I am good. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'm ready, I'm focused, I'm ready to go. But man, I need a minute when I need a minute to kind of adapt
I
as soon
don't
as I get
know if
up.
I'm more
And
Usain or Hussein time, but like I
not
am a
me. I'm
morning.
not Hussein.
Huh?
I'm not saying. You said Hussein, not
Hussein,
me.
right? Hussein, but I am saying no. But but I would consider myself a morning person. Excuse me, like I don't know, morning time doesn't bother me. Like like some people are just a bad
I don't think it bothers me in the sense that I'm
like some people are straight
moody.
up grumpy.
They are. I'm not. I don't feel like I'm a grumpy person. Period. Rarely, on occasions, am I in a mood that I kind of feel like some kind of a funk or some kind of a
Right.
way. I don't feel like that's my personality in general, but I just need a few minutes in the morning to kind of I don't want to get up. I don't like to get up in the morning. Like I don't like the alarm clock to wake me up. I'm aggravated at the alarm clock for thinking it has the audacity to wake me up, even though I said it. I want to wake up on my own. I
How
asked
dare
you.
you
I
go
know
off
I
when I
did,
set you to go
but
off?
I don't want you to. I want to do it myself. And so that is where I get a little bit aggravated. But I know I probably sound like such a moody person, but I'm really not. I'm fine after that. And I would never be a person that, even if I was an aggravated morning person and didn't like it, that I would take it out on you. You know what I mean? Even
Right,
if I
right.
am don't want to get up, I would never project that mood onto you because I don't want to get up. But I don't. But at the same time, at night, I don't I stay up until 12, 1 o'clock because I can fall asleep, but I just I'm
Can't
up
shut
and
it
I'm
down.
going. And
Yeah.
I can't shut it down. So it's I don't know. But yeah, I definitely think that you struck me as a somewhat morning person. Like you're chipper
I
in the
am. Like,
morning. Yeah.
yeah. And that's even
And I
without
don't think I'm not chipper. I just wouldn't initiate it. If you wouldn't initiate the conversation, I would not initiate it either. I would be like, all right, we good. You ain't speaking. I ain't speaking. Okay, that's fine. Until
or but it's so funny. I say that because you see the memes and stuff about don't talk to me before if I haven't had my first cup of coffee. I'm not the type of
that's not me either.
You know what I mean? I don't know. No, I'm just here. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Let's start the day, buddy.
All that being said, as I walk into work on Monday morning, I am like, ugh, these people. Hey, how you doing this morning? All right.
I don't even want to be here right now. Hey, Jill, how are you?
How's your weekend? Yeah.
High five. Can't stand you. All right. Again, which brings us to this is why we doing this. We trying to get away from having to high five Jims and Bills and Keiths in the morning and just do what we got to do.
And don't ask me a question. Don't send me an email because no, I don't want to. No.
That's my thing.
They send emails right away. I don't check my email all the time, but first of all, it's an interrupter. If I check my email every single time I got an email, I would never get anything done.
Right.
So there are times of the day that I check my email. So then, AKA the technical engineer will email me something, and 32.7 seconds later, hey Beth, did you get me? No, Kurt, I did not get your email. I haven't checked my email yet. Nope, sorry. What did you need? Oh, sure, yeah, I'll do it for absolutely no problem. Oh, you're welcome. But no, you just didn't. I did not check it.
I just got here.
Leave me alone.
Listen, it's like them starter minutes at home. It's like starter minutes at work. It's like, I know you see me here, but I'm still going to need those few minutes to.
Yeah, like stop. Like no, let me get it. Oh, I promise I'm a pleasant person. I promise I'm a pleasant person. I think I am. Maybe I'm not.
I know you are.
I don't know.
It's hilarious to see the
dark
side of Beth.
It's funny because there's the people who are just like I always talk about people who are like very like not self-aware.
Yeah.
But so I constantly check myself as to like, am I one of those people? But the fact I think that I asked that question means that I'm not one of those people, right? If you're constantly checking to whether or not like you have to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself, be like, girl, get for real, get over yourself, get whatever. I feel like that makes you self-aware,
right?
But then I'm like, am I one of those people who are like not self-aware? Like, am I really? And I don't recognize I am. Like, no, because I'm asking myself this question, I must be right. Maybe not. I don't know.
Right?
Who knows? I don't know. Oh.
Lord have mercy. Now, look, I just keep thinking like.
And see, I don't want to put you in see, you might not have had the Sunday series.
Sure didn't, but misery loves company,
I'm so sorry. See, look at me. You might have had the Sunday.
I was doing the Sunday blues or whatever.
Or no, you might have had the Sunday blues. You might have had the Sunday, sippies. You might have been good. Hey,
right
down the weekend, and here I come in like getting you all, bringing a cloud over you.
What's the donkey's name on Winnie the Pooh?
Eeyore. Yeah. No, is that the donkey?
I think so.
Is he a donkey?
Or yeah.
Why does he walk like that? Is he blue?
Well,
is he blue?
He's gray. He's like a.
Oh, he's gray. Oh, it's gray because of his mood.
I didn't say all that, heifer. Now you didn't took it a whole nother level. I didn't say none of that.
I don't think I knew he was a donkey.
Yeah.
I don't know
what you thought he was.
Well, he walks on 2 feet.
Who does?
Does he?
No.
Does he walk on 4 feet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
Oh my word.
What are you sure? I'm gonna have to Google that.
Please do, because what in your recollection has ever made you think that Eeyore, that would be freaky? It's bad enough Winnie the Pooh and Piglet walk on 2 legs, but Eeyore.
That's probably why I think that. Let me look him up.
Beth, you know how funny that would be if no.
How do you spell Eeyore? Is that I-O-R or is it E-O-R?
First, don't put my spelling skills to the test in front of people, in front of my friends.
I-O-R. Is his name really Igor and the G is silent?
I am going to punch you in the throat. Like, this went a whole different way than it was supposed to be. Oh my God.
Okay, first of all, you spell it E-E-Y-O-R-E. I would have never thought that, but okay. Now let me see if I can Google image him. Okay, first, these are plush dolls. Oh, he does walk on all 4.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Duh, what do you think, George? Like,
Dawn. But in all reality, I'm looking at this dude. He does not look like a donkey.
What is he?
I mean, he might be a donkey. He don't look like a donkey.
How you figure?
First of all, he's grayish purple. Second of all, he's got a nice rounded snout.
Yes.
I don't know. He's got big, long, floppy ears. Oh, I guess a donkey does too. I don't know. Never thought about it.
Oh my gosh. So if you never thought about it, then how you gonna argue about it with me, heifer? Like, that's the part I ain't getting. Make it make sense. I didn't
argue. I was questioning. I was like, is he a donkey?
Oh.
Okay. Did not know.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway. Yeah, I don't want to be Eeyore.
Well,
I don't want to be a gray donkey.
It's too late now because you've taken me down that path. And like, now I really don't want to go tomorrow. I was trying to be good and I was trying to think ahead because I'm like, okay, listen, this upcoming week, I'm trying to plan dinners for throughout the week and try to get like some ideas of and be motivated enough to come home. And I get home early enough to where, I can have dinner done at a good time as long as I stay motivated. So I was trying to think of some dinner ideas so that as not to be tempted to order DoorDash. Like, people, it's so funny. I'll see comments about DoorDash and people have mixed reviews. It's like, why don't you just like, you waste more money. It's like more expensive. I get it. I get it. But first of all, if you got it, do it. No one forces you to do DoorDash. I am a DoorDash user because it's convenient. I will pay that convenience fee of not having to leave my house and have the stuff delivered to me. And it makes such a difference. I was just thinking about this um earlier today. Was like, man, why do I do DoorDash? But when we first moved back, now in Philly DoorDash really came in handy because you was trying to be inside your house before the night lights, before the street lights came on. So
Right.
it was just a thing to do. The DoorDash workers wasn't even trying to do their job. They leave your food anywhere and take pictures and show you. I'm like, that's not the house I described. Like, you do realize that, like, yeah, but it should still be good if you want to go ahead and go around the corner and pick it up. So it was like definitely a necessity there. Here, back home in Indiana, it really isn't because we live close by everything. But what I reasoned is, as petty as it may sound, now when we first moved back, we stayed with my mom, right? And when you're at a house, it's so much easier to go out and go get your stuff. Reason being,
for sure, for sure.
Reason being, at an apartment complex. So now we're in an apartment complex, nice little apartment area. However,
are you on the first floor?
I'm on the first floor, but parking is not assigned. Okay, and you don't want to lose a good parking spot.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
so it's like, because and here, like, these punks around here, everybody's back home by 6. Okay, so if it's anything later than that, if
you're gonna lose it.
You're gonna lose it. And it's like, ooh. So yes, I will, in the effort to not lose a good parking spot, yeah, I will DoorDash in a hot minute. But I was trying to think of some dinner ideas and things like that, and it made me think, because I know earlier we had talked last week and thinking about my dinner ideas, and I remember, and I said we was going to talk about this because it really bothered me to my core when we was talking the other day, and you was putting in your pizza order, and I had an issue with, can you tell me again? Because I really thought you was yelling out a grocery list and was like, oh, don't forget this at the grocery store. And then I realized this was what you were asking to be put on your pizza. And it worried me and concerned me because the items was on the same pizza. So would you mind repeating the items that you like on your pizza?
I asked for pineapple.
Uh-huh.
And then I asked for mushroom.
For fungi and tropical fruit on the same pizza. Like, because they're correct.
Okay, but wait a second. Listen.
What? I'm listening.
At some point, somebody had to say pineapple and ham. They were like meat and tropical fruit. So
but, yes, you know why? That's perfectly acceptable because you have a sweet and a savory. You have a salty.
Mushrooms are savory?
No, mushrooms are fungus.
Okay, first of all, A, do you like mushrooms at all?
B, I'm not the one on trial. I'm not the one on trial, Heifer. You put mushrooms and the people that are listening to this right now just went, oh. Because that's what I did. What in the world? How would you even know?
Come to that. Okay. So I like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, I want to say, if you don't like mushrooms, then there's no point in having this conversation because you're already adversely against the mushroom.
I'm not.
That's why I'm asking you.
So yes, I do like mushrooms. Yes, I do.
All right. Okay. So I like mushrooms and pepperoni. All right, is that okay?
It's all right.
Wait a second.
Listen,
that's like a common thing, mushroom and pepperoni. So
is
I need to know once again.
Is it?
Absolutely. Pepperoni and mushroom? Take a poll.
We gonna have to, because but proceed.
I believe that's a thing. Once again, am I self-aware? I don't know. But I think that pepperoni and mushroom is a thing.
I feel like that's a topping off of a Ninja Turtle episode.
No,
but
I think that's a real thing. I think pepperoni and mushroom is for real.
But proceed.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
Okay. So then it's just a kind of a variation of that. So if we go pepperoni and mushroom, which I think is for real, people do pineapple and ham.
Uh-huh.
I have a child that doesn't like ham, but that will eat pepperoni. So then my pineapple and ham went to pineapple and mushroom. No, no, no. I'm sorry. Hold on. I have a daughter who doesn't like ham, so my pepperoni or my pineapple and ham went to pineapple and pepperoni.
Okay.
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 And so I like that. And then I did not feel like meat that day. Sometimes I don't feel like the pepperoni. So then basically it was the pepperoni and pineapple, and it was the pepperoni and mushroom minus the pepperoni. Therefore, ergo, pineapple and mushroom. So.
That math makes no sense whatsoever. And the fact that you know it makes it a more stronger conviction.
It kind of makes sense in my head a little bit. A little bit, it makes sense in my head. Okay.
And you like
but do you see what I'm saying? Okay,
no,
so it would be like on
no.
the Venn. Listen, on the Venn diagram of pizzas.
Oh my gosh.
The pineapple and the mushroom would be in the center.
How you I can't with you. Like literally, this is another opportunity. I just want to karate chop you in the throat. Like it just makes no sense. So that's so like, and like you said, I like mushroom, but it just
I know it doesn't sound ideal, but together it's fine. I promise.
Yeah, I promise you it's not. And I'm gonna let you know that right now. And another thing too is because I'm a texture person. So while I do like mushrooms, I do feel like they have a funky texture. So I need.
It's kind of a smooth texture. If you want something smooth and slimy on your tongue, yeah.
Okay, and then you have. And then you have pineapple, which is another soft texture.
It's kind of
so
it's
to
soft,
me,
but it's rough. It's soft but rough because it has ridges like ruffles.
It has no ridges like ruffles. Don't be lying to these people out here. If you,
I think pineapples have ridges. If you have a pineapple slice, doesn't it's a little bit ridgy?
Okay, but it's still another.
That as well. I don't know.
It's still another soft texture. So it's like to me now you just eating a mouthful of mush, and you didn't put some mushroom on there, and just that sounds like a pregnancy craving. Are you trying to tell me something? Because
absolutely not.
Mushroom.
If that is the case, I will drive back to Terre Haute just to park my car on some railroad tracks. And then conveniently stall the car out. And the doors can't open.
Oh my goodness. I had to get on you about that one because that was just.
I understand that, like, that why that could be jarring.
Jarring.
In the context of you overhearing the conversation, thinking that
you were calling out some grocery items,
right? That I'm not ordering a pizza.
Oh,
I can get that.
Yeah,
however,
and mushroom.
Now that I've explained it to you, I think you should be on board.
Next time we link up, we're gonna. I want you to
I
order.
want you to try it. Yes, absolutely.
And I'll try a slice, but there's no.
But I feel already you're coming into it negatively. See, I think already you've got a little bit of a skew on, and you're already.
It's not negative
already. With your mouth frowned down, and that's gonna affect it.
It's not that, but I have somewhat of a culinary palate. So what I'm already envisioning in my head is
what you like food. We all have a culinary palate, Dawn.
No, but mine is extensive, and I have the weight to prove it. So, so my palate is more experienced in different avenues. So I'm already profiling this mushroom taste. And I know how mushrooms taste.
You're negatively profiling.
No. I just know what I can envision of a mushroom taste. Because like I said, I like mushrooms. But and in comparison, putting that with a pineapple.
See, listen, you hear the sound that you made? I hear the condescension.
That what you know what? That wasn't even my throat. That was my stomach. My stomach already got
it in your voice.
No, that wasn't my voice though. That was my stomach. You heard my stomach getting the bubble guts already, thinking of that combination.
See, it's automatically rejecting before we even tried it. It's not bad.
All right.
It's not necessarily you know, maybe ideally what somebody would think. But okay,
Yeah.
so if you get, I guess if you get a veggie pizza, is pepperoni on a veggie pizza?
Is pepperoni on a veggie
I mean, not
pizza?
pepperoni. Is pineapple? I don't know why I keep
No,
confusing
because it's not
myself.
a veggie, heifer.
But when you go, if you order online, and it has the meats, and you select all the meats, and then it has the next section. Pineapple is on the same list with peppers,
With the veggies. I'll give you that.
yeah,
But that's
and
because
it's
they're not
fruit,
going to have a
but they don't
fruits
say fruit because
list
there's no other fruit. So it's on that veggies list. So
by
possibly,
by default or elimination or whatever the case may be. But I'll give you that one. It's just, that's rough.
I understand that. I mean, how is it any worse than people wanting a fish on their pizza?
Oh, what, like an anchovy?
Yeah.
Because anchovies are in everything. Anchovies is just more so saltiness and stuff like that.
Texturally speaking, anchovies are probably not ideal for a person who has texture issues.
Right.
Dawn.
Right. I'll give that to you.
So I feel like there are worse combinations.
No, not flavor wise. Not flavor wise. No. I'm sorry, but like you said,
we'll have to wait to get together and we'll try it.
Exactly.
And then I will be waiting for our fall. When we get together in person again, that's going to call for us to do a podcast in person together. You know, it's going to call for an in-person conversation versus a phone conversation.
You right.
And at that time, I will be waiting for you to state your retraction of whatever. So
I will say this. If there is one for me to give, I have no problem giving it. You know me.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I can already tell you there ain't gonna be one.
To be seen. Look, negative. To be seen. We'll see. Okay, TBD.
But like I said, we'll see. It ain't no thing. That ain't no thing.
It's not really that bad. It's not that bad. And I got it on a personal pan pizza, and it was yeah. It was fine.
It was personal. That's why it was fine.
I want to say that, so believe it or not, I don't know why that night I wasn't very hungry. I only ate 2 slices of my personal pan pizza. And so I saved the other 2. I was going to eat them later. And my husband ended up eating, well, I guess he only ate one of the slices because when I went in there, the other slice was still there for me. So obviously he didn't have a problem with it, or he did have a problem with it, which is why he didn't eat the other slice. I'll have to check with him.
I was about to say, obviously, there was nothing available at the time of him needing something to eat, and that was there. And then after he ate that one slice, he's like, I'm all right. I am okay.
I can't wait for you to try it. Man, it's making me. That's not what we're having for dinner tonight, but it's kind of making me want some now that you're saying it.
No, it's not. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. We haven't did our segment now. You said you had one last week of what grinds my gears.
Yes. So I feel kind of like I shouldn't even bring up the grind my gears, because I feel like I was so negative at the beginning of this podcast talking about the work week that I don't want people to think I'm just a ball of negativity all the time. However,
I ain't saying,
but I'm saying, what's the deal with the tipping? Like last week you talked about customer service, and that's what kind of made me think about it. But
right.
Why is every person now asking for a tip? Why is the tipping everywhere?
Oh, what do you mean? That was not where I thought you were going to go with that.
Oh, really?
So, okay. I'm a little shook.
In my mind, you also tell me what you thought then. In my mind, you tip tips are related to a service, correct?
Correct. I
Okay,
totally agree.
so if I go to a restaurant, have my car valet parked, that would then to me be a reason to tip because you provided me a service that I did not have to do.
Right.
If
Correct.
I go to a restaurant and I have a server, which kind of I don't even like that term server because it sounds really kind of condescending, but whatever. If I have a waiter or a wait staff, I'll say that, a waitress or a waiter, because they're providing me the service of bringing my food to me, which is not necessarily something that you have to do because you can order it to go or whatever the case may be. That to me deems necessary a tip because you
Okay.
provided me a service.
Right.
So there is a service related industry, and there are to me certain items that then yes, you would pay a tip for.
Right.
But like, how come if I go to order a bowl, an acai bowl or something from a, I don't know, an acai bowl place or a smoothie place or something,
Right.
and they go and they're paying with, they have the little kind of cash register that it's not like your cash register that the typical one. It's the one where it's like an iPad and you can turn the flip screen around and then like have me sign and whatever and do the tip. Why am I paying you a tip for something that I'm literally walking into the store and picking up and walking back out of the store for? Like,
Right.
what's the tip for? Like, so it's everywhere. Like you can't go hardly into anything and pay for anything at the register without them turning the thing around for you. And it's automatic. They have it marked at 18% tip. And if you don't catch it
Right.
and put it to either no tip or you decide to leave it like a tip on your own or something like a cash
And
money tip in a tip jar or something,
yeah.
they're automatically charging you for all you did. I'm not trying to be funny, but all you did was literally ring me up. Like, you're the cashier. That's not a service, that's the job. Am I wrong in thinking that, like, why are they asking me to tip for every single thing now?
So
Are you guys
okay.
not experiencing that yet?
No, we most definitely are. But let me rewind. I thought the grind my gears was the issue of not leaving a tip or not, because that was a whole discussion that me and
A
my
coworker had that? Yeah.
buddy and my coworker
Yeah.
had. Uh, so that's where I thought you were going.
No,
But the fact,
I don't mind leaving a tip, especially if it's warranted. I understand. I appreciate that. Which, first of all, to me, the whole tipping thing, I think in America we've got it wrong because we put the onus on the customer to then support the person in the service industry so that the employer doesn't have to pay them fair wages. In my
right,
opinion, the business owner should pay them what they're worth. That's a hard job to do. Not everybody
right,
wants to do it. Not everybody is good at it. So you pay for a good server. To me, you should pay them not. I don't even know what servers make anymore. I know it used to be back in the day. It was like they only made a couple of dollars on the hour. So I feel like no, you pay them what they're worth, and then I will tip them on top of that. But the onus shouldn't be on me to make sure that I'm giving them a 15 to 20% or
that they're
more
making their,
tip so that I can make
yeah,
sure that they have enough money to pay their light bills and to pay their rent and the things like that. That
right,
should be the employer's responsibility,
right,
personally, is how I feel. But nonetheless, if I don't mind tipping for a service, and I'm not gonna. I'm at the very least gonna tip you 15%, even if you do a poor job, because I know that your employer isn't paying you very much. But
right. Now that's
I'm not never gonna tip. My thing is
exactly.
paying the person who opened the, well, if they opened the door, that's a service. But I mean, my thing is paying the hostess a tip because she took me to my table when her job as a hostess, and that's what she's supposed to do. I don't know if I'm like thinking of this wrong or what, but I'm like, pump the brakes. If I'm paying everybody a tip at some point, like now I'm
So,
like,
well, my
okay,
thing
sorry.
is,
Yeah, I'm a little bit
so
mad. Sorry about that.
first to back up, so I know like a lot of times even with tips, so like in restaurants, right? Those tips are split within the house, so they do split with like the hostess and stuff like that. I
Okay.
even get that part of it, but like you were saying, that was the other side of the conversation that me and my buddy had at work, was about, she made the comment about like going to pick up a pizza, and she's like, why do I
Right.
have to leave a tip if
Right.
I'm picking it
That's the
up?
whole point.
And so I totally agree. And I was cracking up and I said, and like you said, nowadays, a lot of times they have the little tablets or the iPads, right, that they turn around for your signature. I say, and then on top of that, I feel a little pressure to see these little eyes watching me as I
It
select
is.
no
Don't,
tip or other
no,
amount.
don't
And I'm
make
like,
me feel bad about my little
right,
money that I made because I didn't give it to you.
right, right. So,
How is
no,
the
but
16-year-old making me feel guilty?
I
I
just
didn't tip
thought,
you.
I thought that's where you were going was about like the amount to tip, but no, I
No.
completely agree. And in my case, like you said, now my default price, my default tip is always 18%.
Right.
And
That's
from
exactly what
there,
I
you can
do.
either go up or down. So if the service wasn't that great, I'm still going to leave a tip, but it's going to be the minimum 15. Like I'm
That's what I'm
like,
saying. I will do my 15 is if you barely did
right,
anything. If I had to ask you to come, if I had to ask you, sir, ma'am, can you please
right,
because you have not checked on me the whole time that I've been there. That to me is the minimal, and I will give you 15%. But for
exactly,
doing a decent job, you're going to get 18 off the bat, and then anything
right.
above and beyond, you're going to get more.
And that's how it was. I actually just went out to breakfast with my mom, and when I was, and I didn't even look because a lot of the restaurants now too, they're like, listen, don't trip. This is the percentage down here at the bottom of the receipt, just in case you didn't know. I didn't even notice that they had it there, but I left the tip, and then when I flipped the rest of the receipt over, they had the little
The
key on
gratuity
like
built in.
yeah, the
Yeah.
gratuity key, like 15, 18, and I had actually left like it was like 22%, which was totally fine because our server, waitress, whatever the politically correct term is, was phenomenal. She checked on us the entire time. She was sincere when she checked on us. It wasn't a bother. Like she took care of us. So without
Right.
even knowing what that percentage was, I just left her what I felt
She
was
deserved.
what she earned. You know what I mean?
Earned. Absolutely. Yes.
So it was like no problem. But yeah, like the whole where else was it where I noticed that a lot, for sure, the restaurants, because even there was a Mexican restaurant here where I picked up and the dude turned around and had the 15, 18, 20 option. I'm like,
You don't have to serve
no.
me or do anything to me. You would have done this regardless because this is what this is. This is an establishment. You make food. I picked it up. You didn't really do an extra service. I mean, you did,
Right,
but you
because
did freely.
I don't believe, and maybe I'm wrong. I might have to Google it. Now, when you tip your server, right now they're splitting it with the other, like the hostess. Them, I don't know if
Are
there's a
they?
pool or something. Oh yeah. Like that's how the hostesses make that. Like it's like they're breaking it up with the house. But now, so I'm wondering though, because maybe we don't have the right thought. Like I said, I got to ask when you're doing that. Say you do it like my thing is that part of the tip go into like the kitchen, so to speak? Because now they did cook the meal that I didn't have to cook.
But
So
this is my issue. The cook isn't paid $2 an hour like the server is.
right, that's
The
true.
cook is paid. Sometimes the cook or the chef or whatever, they're paid a substantial amount because they're paid for their skill.
Right, that's true.
So that's separate to me. It's the people
Yeah.
who are paid less than minimum wage to me that should get the tip. And you should only be splitting it then to me with the other people who are making less than minimum wage. For a cook, that is what your skill is. That is what you get paid for.
Hopefully,
I
yeah.
shouldn't be, yeah, I feel like I'm not tipping you for the service. That is your profession. That is or you know what I mean? That is your
Right.
job. That's different. That's like I go to work every day. I have a manager. When I do my job every day and I pay the bills and I, balance the statements at the end of the month or whatever the case I may do, I don't then get my tablet, turn around, tell him and give me a 15 to 18% tip because I did my job. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's
Listen,
fair.
right? I'm like, well, hold on now. Well, hold on. You might be on to something.
Let me swivel around here and then like give you the iPad and
Listen,
say, hey,
get one of those
for
what's the little thing
today's
that you
day,
attach to what's the little thing you attach to the top of
like
your phone?
the little cash thing, the little
Yeah,
cash
the little cube. Be
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, can you go ahead and
Swipe your card there.
right.
Today's part. I mean, I don't do that because that's my job. You pay me to perform the tasks that come along with this job. So
Right.
for a cook or I don't know jobs would be in there or whatever. That to me is what they're paid for.
Just
It's
like
the
the kitchen staff.
right. To me, it's
Yeah.
the wait staff that is not paid,
And then if
a
the wait
decent
staff
wage.
didn't wait on me when I did my carry out order, what am I tipping?
What am I tipping for? And
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. The hostess, like they seat you to your table. So if I come and pick up my food, why am I tipping the hostess for just handing me the bag when they didn't take me to my table? And you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think the hostess is not paid $2, $3, $4, $5 an hour. I think they're paid whatever the
Like minimum,
whatever
minimum
rate is
wage.
right. Now, all that being said, I have a daughter who may or may not listen to this podcast and might have issue to take with me when she hears me say that, because she worked as a hostess and she loved getting her tips, and I loved her getting her tips because
Right.
that was less money that I had to tip her.
Right.
But so I know she appreciated that, but she also still made double digits dollars an hour for that job. She didn't make, whatever, like I said, whatever the rate is for a wait staff to make for doing their job. So that's kind of where I'm like, it's back to the whole everybody passing the issue off to the consumer. When does the consumer get a break? Like,
right.
Gas
Right.
stations, grocery stores, like any other industry, when prices go up, they don't not take a profit for it. They pass that price increase on to the customer, and so that we have to pay it. Well, then who do we need to pass it off to? Why can't they just eat that cost like we eat that cost, and we all just make a little bit less right now because of the economy? Why are you still making money? And I could be totally wrong. Maybe for small businesses, and maybe for other, maybe it's not. Maybe they see a little bit more of a difference in that. But my thing is that, like, if the gas stations pass the price of fuel because the cost went up off to us, so we have to pay more for gas. If the grocery stores are passing the cost of that fuel also off to us because it costs them more to get their groceries delivered on the truck, so they have to pass it off to us. If everybody's passing it off to us, then eventually are you going to realize that I don't have any more money to give you? So now that's not working because everybody's passing the cost off to me. I can't buy nothing no more. So you're still losing. So listen.
I love the end.
I want to put a little asterisk on this episode. I feel like I've complained a lot, and I feel like when I complain a lot that my voice gets high. But that's just the passion behind it. So I want to.
Because you want to win.
I'm going to bring it back right now. I'm going to bring it down now. And I'm going to apologize to everybody if my voice has been a little bit higher than normal in this episode.
It's the 4-day weekend's fault. That's what it is.
And now I'm back on an even keel. I've done all my complaining. I've got it all out. And you won't hear Screechy Beth anymore for the rest of the podcast. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, because that's our time now. But
yeah, okay. Well, see, great. Yeah. Now you tell me.
Rage against the machine.
I the whole podcast.
Listen, we're allowed one. We're allowed a.
Did I say anything positive the whole podcast? Let me take that. Did I say
hold on.
Anything positive the whole podcast?
Let me do a rewind.
Okay, it's taking you too long to answer that question. Okay, so I feel like I'm a positive person.
You most definitely are.
I'm not sure what happened today, but okay. So I'm blaming the time portal.
The time portal on the 4-day weekend. Yeah, most definitely.
And daylight savings time.
Boom. It's all their fault.
Because it is only 6:56 right now p.m. and I swear it's 1:00 in the morning.
And that's where the problem lies.
That's what I think it is. How does only 1 hour time change affect my body like it's been 4 hours?
Your body don't know no better. Your body don't know no better.
The time portal. I'm back again to the time warp portal, whatever it is. I'm blaming that.
But I feel, first of all, it made for an awesome podcast, an awesome episode, an awesome conversation.
So
And
if you guys are overhearing this, feel free to jump in and
weigh in your thoughts.
Wait. Where are they going to weigh the thoughts at, Dawn? Okay, I'm sorry. I should have asked that off air. That's post production.
And just for that, we're leaving it. But that's our time. I ain't saying.
But I'm saying.
You're not going to say anything.
What?
We are definitely out. We're done. I'm calling it. It's a wrap.
See you next week.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Until next time, we talk later.
All right, bye.
We out. Bye.